Hi beloved you, how are you? This is Sophie Fox from Angelic Energies, and I wanted to bring you some tips on, if you're selling a house right now, some simple things that you can do to really get things moving, quite literally. So I've just come back from doing a space clearing for a lovely, lovely lady who's had her house on the market for quite some time and hasn't even had a viewing. And I can't understand why, because it's in a really desirable area, and you know it's a really good sized house, loads of plus points for it, but her and her partner are selling because they're getting divorced, and there's a lot of unhappiness in that house right now. There's a lot of feeling stuck and a bit of resentment going on there. And what I want you to understand is everything is energy. People pick up on this energy. It's spooky how things work, but so I've got in there, I've given the place an energetic spring clean. I mean, really, there's no such thing as good or bad energy. All I'm doing is just help getting, you can imagine it when it gets quite heavy, it feels like sticky cobwebs, and you can actually tangibly, or I can actually tangibly feel how heavy an atmosphere is in places. So I've gone in there and I've used certain tools to help disperse that, to shift that up. I have a huge, great big singing bowl that I use, and also those Tibetan chimes as well. Now, if you don't have any of that, simply clapping your hands works just the same. It's that vibration, or ringing a bell, any bell, it's just getting that energy moving again. So things you can also do to help disperse and cleanse: sage, Palo Santo, my scented healing mists as well, my angel sprays, all absolutely brilliant for re-energizing a place and uplifting things. And I had a discussion with this lady and really got her to shift her mindset from where she was at the really feeling like, I won't say in a victim mentality of feeling that she didn't want to be there anymore and she resented being there. And I got her to shift things and think about the house as an actual living being with its own spirit. And this is what I'm doing when I'm doing the space clearing. I'm connecting to that energy of the home and explaining to it, that it is loved, and giving thanks for, everything that it's done. It's taken care of, it's sheltered the people that are living there, but explaining to the house that, now it's time for a new family to come in and fill the house with love and laughter and good memories, and really asking the house to help with that process in just releasing the existing owners and welcoming in the lovely new family that this is going to be the house of their dreams for. So it's all down to setting intention. And so I was explaining to this lady to try and shift her mindset of as I said, moving away from those feelings of being stuck and not wanting to be there, to actually giving appreciation and gratitude for the house. And she'd been there over 30 years. So I said, well, before things were as they were, as they are now, what did you really appreciate about this house? You know, what have you loved about living here? And look for the unique selling points as well. It could be not just the location that it's in. It could be features of the property. It could be the neighbourhood. If you've got lovely neighbours, if it's nice and quiet, the space of the rooms. Whether the garden's overlooked or private. This, really look for the unique selling points, the points that you've really appreciated when you lived there, and communicate that to the new people that are coming to view the place. And so, yeah, things really started lifting when I was doing all of this. And also with a new fresh pair of eyes, looking around and seeing these jobs that were nearly finished but not quite. How can they be finished off? Can the rubbish be taken out? I think there's a few tip runs to do, but small things, massive difference. But one of the biggest things I pointed out was when you're stepping into the property, it's within actually the first few seconds you get the feel of the house, to whether you like the place, whether you feel that you're going to be comfortable living there. And when you walked into hers, it was all very neutral, plain beige, nothing on the walls, beige carpet, beige walls, and yeah. So I made the suggestion of just putting a mirror up in the entrance hall and a nice big healthy leafy green plant. So that's going to do two things. Obviously, the mirror is exaggerating the space, it's bringing the light in, so already you're feeling, when you step in, more uplifted. Light sells a property, it really does, if people can feel that lightness and that sense of expansion. So yeah, mirrors, top tip. And the green plant, of course, because that automatically makes the place feel uplifting, like a sanctuary, like somewhere that you're going to feel restful and peaceful in. So it doesn't take much, really doesn't take much, but it's just, having that fresh pair of eyes come in and give these simple tips that will just magically transform things. So, one last tip, very important tip, my favourite, Ganesha. Now, obviously, the Indian deity Ganesha, if you're not familiar with him, his speciality is removing the obstacles. So I light a candle when I'm connecting to the energy of the home, and I'm asking beautiful, amazing Ganesha to remove all the obstacles that are standing in the way of getting that house sold. The last time I did this, the house had been on the market for a long time, and within a week it sold, just like that. So yes, call in all the help you can and set the intention that you've loved this house, but now's the time, you're lovingly letting go of it, ready to move on, ready for that new family to come in, bring the love. And as you're going around the space, clearing the energy, just set the intention that only love is here. It's done, it's sold. So there you go. Those are my top tips for getting your house sold. Let me know how it works out for you. Take care. Lots of love.